This video will show you how to use the basics of the Smartspace live edit system to edit the elements of your website. After logging into your website, in the top toolbar you'll find a live edit icon in the top left. Click the icon, and if you just click it normally, it will go to a pop-up browser window, or if you want to keep it in the same browser window, just right click and select open link in new tab. For us this time, we'll just click on the live edit icon. So here we have a pop-up window. It shows you the editing view of the website. Now in this view you'll be able to make changes to the structure of the website without it affecting your live website. However, if you do edit content, it will affect the content on your live website. So this is fine for editing the structure and changing the look of the website. It won't appear on the live website, but if you edit content, so that's articles or products or whatever, it will change those products in the live version of the website. Now what you're seeing here is the desktop view of the website. So you'll see towards the left we'll have the desktop, tablet and mobile views of your website, and then we have it in different modes. Now at the moment you're looking at it in framework mode. So these are all the elements of the framework. So for example, you'll see a little cog here. This will edit this little section of the website. So as I mouse over that cog, it shows you the area that's going to be edited. Same with this section here. If I mouse over here, you'll see that little section will be edited as well. Also, on the left here, you will have the styling elements of the website, and on the right here, you will have the structural elements of the website. So at the moment, we're in framework mode. We can also go to global mode, and this again shows you the global elements of the website, so either the main structure of the website, different elements which contain all the web content on the top level, on a structural level, plus it will also show you some global elements which can be used to style basically the whole website on a global basis. You can also edit them later on an individual basis if you want some elements to look different to others on different pages. It also has a custom CSS section here where you'll see any custom CSS that you can write to change things not capable of being edited in the CSS editor. On the right hand side in global view you have the template settings. So by clicking any one of these it will open up, and now we're looking at templates here. We can select from other templates. So at the moment we only have one template saved in my own templates. There are other Smartspace templates you can select. You can change them by creating a new or changing the template name as well. You can also select custom web fonts here, so some built-in ones in the Smartspace system, or you can use the editor here to call on Google Fonts. You can also create your font stacks here to be used over on the other side in the CSS editor. You can also have a color palette for your website, so you can create your own customized color palette so that those colors are available to you very quickly when you're styling the website. If you've got some property selections that you want to reuse over and over again in different elements of the website, you can create them here. And also you've got some tools to help you manage the creation of the website. Right, so that's the basics. As I said, this is structure, this is styling. Up in the top toolbar here, you have your standard content manager, so it operates the same way in any view, either on the website, here in Live Edit, or even in the admin section. So just by clicking, it will open up the content manager here, various parts of content, either the articles, the images, prices, etc. So all of these things operate in exactly the same way. Just a very quick note about the content manager. You can close the content manager in three ways. One is by clicking on the little X. That'll just simply close the content manager. Very simple. You can also close the content manager just by clicking in this spare section here. Now that will close the content manager, but keep it open. So if I click it now and go back to the content that I was viewing, you'll see that that section has been open. So if you just want to look something on the website, you can just use that feature. Thirdly, you can click on the content icon which is being used to actually refresh the page. So sometimes you may have done some editing, maybe in the in one of the articles or a product or whatever. So to get the latest information on the page that you're viewing, you can just click the content icon itself, and that will reload the whole page. You can also use these buttons here to clear the content area of the tools. So just by simply toggling these, you can shift the log or the styling or the structure editor. You can also give yourself a clear view of the website in the preview view. So just by clicking on preview, it shows you what the website will look like once it's actually published. So although this isn't the published website, this is what it will look like if it were published. So after you've done some editing, you can then review the website, navigate, etc., all in the preview mode. And so simply to return to the framework mode, simply just click on framework. Now, one important point to note in framework mode is that when you're in this mode, all elements of the website, even some that may not normally appear in this view, will show up. So this may result in the website not looking quite as you think it might. So for example, these elements here can be created to be viewed in certain ways. Sometimes, for example, if we're in an article, so if we just go to an article, this article may or may not have a header image. So sometimes it may have a header image, on other articles it may not. But when it's in framework mode, whether that header image is available or not, it will show up if that's one of the elements which is programmed into your website. So just be aware that when in framework mode, all of your elements will show up whether or not there is content in them. However, obviously on a normal website, if there's no content available in an element, it won't show up at all. But yes, in framework mode, it will. So that's an important thing to take note of. Now, to start editing any element, we can just either use one of the cog icons here to click on an element, and that will open up the styling editor on the left here, and will also open up the structural editor here. So at the moment, this particular element, which is space 1-3, you can see 1-3 here, this is the programming for this particular space. So it's a manual link, and we can edit the manual link here. And this particular link is also active for all views, so active for the desktop, mobile, and tablet. So we can program that to only be active for desktop, or any one, or all three, whatever. So it's an important thing. So whenever you make a change, a little save button will come up down the bottom. You can save those changes. On the left here, the styling. Now, styling does require some knowledge of CSS, but you can make changes within that little highlighted area there, and as you mouse over any element, it will show you the bit that's going to be affected by it. So as you mouse over, you can see the changes in the element. To get out of it, you can just either click on one of the navigation buttons here, or you can just click the framework icon again, and that will just take you back into the global framework mode. So here is the global framework mode. Now, if sometimes, occasionally, these cog icons aren't available for whatever reason, you can just use the links over this side to make changes and open up the editor. So just by holding your cursor over one of them, you can see what area is going to be edited. And again, it's just exactly the same as clicking on one of the cog icons. That will open up this particular element and you can start editing it. Right, so when you do open up these elements, it only shows you part of the element. So to get all of the element, you just click on the little plus sign here, and that will give you the full range of selections. You can make changes to where that particular element comes from using the auto source selection, and this is used in conjunction with your content manager to determine what piece of content goes in any element. Right, finally, once you've made changes to your website, either by styling or by structure, or both, you can use the save feature to either just save the work in progress, or you can go into the advanced options, which will make changes in the version that you're saving. So you can have different versions of the website, and you can save each one of them and access them later. Or you can update the website. So you may just want to update the website CSS, which is the styling element. However, if you make any changes at all to the structure of the website, you need to click Update Website CSS and Framework for you to save those changes into the live website. So once you go past Update Website, this will actually make the changes into the live website. So just by clicking Next, that will save those changes immediately. It will clear all caches in the live website, and all the changes will be there. So you can, once you've done that, let's just do that now. It only takes a few seconds. You'll see the log here with all the savings recorded. You can then switch back to the live website, just reopen it, and note any changes that have been made. So that gives you a fairly good overview of the live edit system and how it works in basic terms. And look out for other videos on more detailed aspects of the system and how different aspects work and how you can use them to edit your website. Thank you.